Hi guys, this is Simply Fiona, and today I've been procrastinating about this video. I'm from the market and I decided let me do this video today because I have some stock left and I want to, as I talk about this video, you have something to rely on. So today I want to talk about starting a thrift shoe business in Gikomba. So those people who don't know, we have several markets here in Kenya, but the market that has the largest number of shoes, thrifted shoes, that market is in Gikomba. So when you get to Gikomba, you go to Majengo. If you know where 42 is, Majengo is just next to there. Or if you know where National Bank is, Equity Bank, then Majengo starts there. Well, as you get there, as you get in, you start with the boots, and then as you go in boots and the soccer boots, the skaters. But as you go deep, that is where the market is. And as a beginner, I'll tell you, don't shop from the people that are on the road. Not that I don't want them to get money, but because as a beginner you need to make profit. These people on the road sell at a higher price than when you get to the market. So I am talking to someone who wants to start the business, because when you're starting a business you want to maximize on your profits. So when you get to that road, you see boots on your left, and on your right you find soccer boots, you find some skaters. Just pass all of them till you get to the market, the one that has roof on it. That is the Majengo market that opens shoes. So when you get to shoes, you have to decide first of all whom are you targeting to sell the shoes to, and how much can they afford, because you can't pick a shoe for 300 and you want to intend the person that you want to sell to can only afford 200. You also can't get a shoe for 500 and the person you're selling to can manage only 300. So you have to determine who is your target market, whom are you targeting to sell to, and how much can they make. If it's in your estate, do some market research and know how much you can, so that when you go there, you know what price range of shoes you can pick and you're going to be able to sell. The other thing you need to consider is, are you starting kids shoes? Are you going to be selling women's shoes, unisex or men's shoes? So you need to determine also, are you going to be selling specific like skaters, gym shoes, or the soccer boots? You need to determine before you go to Gikomba who is your target market and what are the type of shoes that you intend to sell. So as a beginner, if I'm a beginner, I'm advising you. As a beginner, I would suggest you go for kids shoes or women's shoes. Don't go for those specific like gym shoes, skaters, or the soccer boots, because getting a customer might be difficult. But if you get any kind of shoe for a kid or an adult, a shoe that they can wear going to work, going to school, going to church, you know how a normal shoe is. A normal shoe is something like this. This is a shoe that someone can wear wherever they want, go to work, go to gym, run with it. So as you start the shoe business, please determine, I would advise you go for general shoes. You can go for kids or unisex, men and female, or just female, because sometimes you might go specific, like I'm going into heels. I'm not saying that those who are selling heels are not selling, but unless you are targeting the university students who wear heels most of the time, or the corporate ladies, then you might have your stock and it says go for a shoe that anybody can wear. I hope you understand. Like I've shown you that this is another example of a shoe that anybody can wear, because you might get someone going to the office with it, sometimes they go to church with it, they go gymming with it. So determine which shoe you're going for before you get to Gikomba. Now you're in Gikomba and you've already determined who is your target customer and what you're going to be selling to them. The other thing you're going to do is learn the language. Gikomba, they don't sell things at the price that you hear. So you go and someone will tell you your kiatu ni 1200. When they say 1200, they don't mean 1200. What they mean is they want that shoe something between 100 and 200. When you go and they tell you that shoe is 15, they normally say 15. So for you need to grasp this language, because if they tell you 15, they're expecting that you can buy that shoe between 300 to 500. If you say I have 400, she'll take. If you say you have 300, she's going to take. And if you say you have 500, she'll in fact be very happy and take it. So you have to learn so that every time they mention a price, you go to the lowest. Like you go and get a shoe and they tell you, you ask them, how much is this? And they'll tell you 18. 18, they want something from 600 to 800. So if you don't know the language well, when they tell you 18, you might tell them 800. And the seller will be happy, they'll pick the money and sell to you. But if you had said 600 or you bargain at 500, the seller will obviously, most of the time they do sell to you. So you need to know this language, the shoe language, so that you don't end up buying shoes at very high prices when you could have bargained and bought the same shoes at very cheap prices. I hope you're getting me. So when you go there and they tell you that they want a shoe between 100 and 300, you bargain 100, they refuse 150, 200. Don't be afraid of bargaining. In Mtumba, bargaining is power. Tulisema hatuishiwi na power. Yes, you have to bargain for you to make much out of your business. So Mtumba business, Mtumba shoe business is profitable, and it is in high demand because so many people give up easily and they don't. You see, when you get a shoe, and maybe I got this shoe at 800, how much can I sell it so that it gives me back some profit, and it returns back my capital and my my transport. Maybe I'm selling online, I need the Wi-Fi, or I'm hawking, I need to take water, I need to re-energize myself. I'm selling in a shop, so I need rent. So you have to make sure that you're not getting very expensive shoes, because at the end of it all, when you get very expensive stock, restocking and selling to get your profit and pay yourself and pay the shop, pay your internet will be difficult. So you need to, when you get to Gikomba, bargain. If you know this shoe, you want to get it at 300 and you sell it at 1,000, bargain, mwambie hizo ndio tu niko nazo. You see, don't be afraid of bargaining. Don't feel like akikata, if the seller doesn't want to sell to you, you move on. You don't have to stick to, unless you have a specific order from a customer who told you, girl, get me number 43, which is this one, number 43, and they described, and for you, when you get this shoe in the market, you are okay, this is the shoe that the customer wants. So, and the customer is able to foot the price that you're going to place it at. So don't go for very expensive shoes. Always bargain. If you get a good shoe, like this one I got for about, I think, 400. And if I sell it for 1,000, I have made 600. Even if I get double my profits, then I have already made my transport, my internet, and the time I spent there, of course, and the profit and my stock back. The stock is the much money I used, which is 400. So don't be afraid of bargaining. The other thing with Mtumba thrift shoes is when you get them, you have to wash. If you can see this shoe, it looks like it has not been worn. This is a shoe that it got washed. As you can see, the shoe got washed, and you can see it's a brand shoe. So the shoe got washed. You can wash them there in Gikomba, or you can get someone to wash for you at home, or you go and wash them yourselves at home. And when when they are washed in Gikomba, of course you pay for them. So to minimize cost, you can come with your shoes at home. If you're intending to sell online or your store is within the estate, you can come home, wash, and then let them dry, and you take your photos and sell. Where do you sell these shoes? You can hawk. People I see hawking in town, in the estates with shoes. You have seen them carrying so many shoes. You can hawk. You can take very good photos and sell online. You can also sell in a shop. So it's up to you to determine where are you selling, and is it worth it? Yeah, in fact it is worth it. And another big plus with selling shoes is shoes never go out of fashion. It's not like it's a person selling fab jackets and it is sunny, so they are not getting bought. Like the people, it is raining at the moment, so the people that are selling umbrellas, those heavy jackets, they are really selling. But when it comes to it's sunny, they are not selling. So shoes never go out of fashion. Shoes, You just need to have passion if it's your passion, and then you start selling. I hope this video has explained everything. I've tried to get everything out of me, and if you have any questions, please ask me in the comment section. I'll be glad to assist you. It's a good business. I have done it for the last 3 years. I sell online. My page on Facebook is Lisa Musho Thrift, so you can check me out. I also sometimes, when I have the energy, I hawk. So it's not I'm not telling you something that I don't do. I'm not telling you something that is not doable. It's something I do, something paying my bills, something helping me to have that shilling. So if you intend to do the shoe business, learn the language and then get into the market and sell. I hope it motivates you if you've been willing to start. Hi, bye, see you in my next video.